In our chapter 8, let us continue capital structure. We have understood that financial management has to work about what amount of capital estimation is required, how much is the total capital business need. At the same time, to meet with that financial requirement, the second most important aspect is to be considered, that is capital structure. So let us know what the capital structure means. In simple words, you can say capital structure means the combination of the different sources utilized by the company to raise necessary funds. We are going to use various sources like equity shares, preference shares, debentures, loan to be taken from financial institutions. Then you have public deposits, you may issue the bonds, you may raise the finance by plowing back of profit, that you can say retained earning. So many sources are there. So out of these sources, which source you find the most suitable? So you are doing the combination. You are making all the source together and then select the different sources for your total financial need. In terms of definition, you can say that according to that Hogland, he said capital structure means proportion. Proportion you have to establish, that is it 1 is to 2 or is it 1 is to 1 is to 2 as per the different sources of finance, and the magnitude of different securities, issues and the source are utilized by a company to raise its finance. Our purpose is to raise finance, and our purpose is that how much capital we need, we must get the finance. Now next is the characteristics of your ideal capital structure. Which capital structure to be considered as the best, as the model, as the ideal, which must have the following character, which can satisfy your financial need in a most appropriate manner. The very first character you have to see is simplicity. Capital structure you make such which is easy to administrate, which is simple for anyone to understand. Don't create complexity in it. Then don't create so many sources together that from accounting point of view, from understanding point of view, it becomes difficult. It must be profitability, must be maintained. If you issue the debenture, you have to pay the interest on it. If you issue the equity share, you are paying dividend which is not fixed. If you issue the preference share, you have to have the particular rate of dividend to be given. So your profitability need to be maintained. Consider all these aspects. Next is that is adequate finance must be raised. You want whatever figure, that figure must be received by the company from the various sources. It should not be that total finance unable company unable to raise the funds. So adequate finance has to be received. Flexibility. Your sources should be such which can change. According to the time, according to the need, you may raise the finance with a temporary liability, and it should not be the permanent and fixed blocking of your liabilities. So flexibility should be there. You can switch over from one source to another. There must be a chance to change, to switch over. Economy. Cost of raising funds has to be kept in mind when you issue the securities. That which security is expensive from the expense point of view, from the P&L debit side point of view. Balance has to be maintained. 2:1 is the ideal ratio for your debt equity ratio. If you have 1 rupee of your own, maximum you can raise 2 rupee from the market as a borrowed capital. So balance has to be maintained. Always keep in mind the balance between equity and the debt capital. Liquidity. Cash on hand need to be maintained. Whatever may be your security source you are selecting, but you must have sufficient cash to handle your business. You can say that attractiveness. You have to give option to the investors. Otherwise, investor will not come. You have to provide them alternates, substitutes, some attractive schemes and the plans. That attractiveness should be there in your investment options which are offered by company. Next is the solvency. Business solvency, credit worthiness and creditability has to be maintained. If you have raised so much of debt funds and now if company is unable to return on time, then direct effect will be there to the credit worthiness and solvency of the company. So these are the points to be kept in mind to select your ideal capital structure, and these points if you have taken care of, you have the best option. So what are the types of capital structure? How many options are available to you? The very first option is only equity share. Whatever funds you need, you are going to raise that 10 rupee share value share to the company, that to the public, and company raise funds only with equity share. Now this is going to be an limited. If you need only little amount of capital from the company point of view, then you may stick to this. The second option is that preference share also you are issuing along with equity share you are issuing. So you want to give a two option. In preference share you have variety which you can offer. That is preference shares redeemable after 20 years and preference share to be redeemable within 20 years. Then other preference shares are also there. You can say that convertible preference share, non-convertible preference share, cumulative preference share, non-cumulative preference share. So you have some option along with equity. Third option, you may have debenture along with equity. Equity shares and debenture. So here the borrowed capital and the ownership capital. Here the interest you are paying and getting the tax benefit, and here dividend you are giving and no burden about the repayment, that ROI, that how much dividend you are giving to your investors. So this combination of borrowed and ownership. Here both are of ownership. Here the only equity as a source. The next option, you may have all together. A very big company need finance in a huge amount. They can't able to skip any of the source of security. So preference share also they are going to issue, debenture also they are going to issue, and equity share also they are going to issue. Apart from this, they may using even the other sources, that is plowing back of profit. You can say the bonds are issued by the company. You can say that they are going to raise the funds through the equity shares. They get the finance from the financial institution. So when you need a huge capital, you may go for this particular capital structure in which preference, debentures, equity share and other sources of finance also you add. In this manner, the capital structure to be maintained by the company, to be prepared by the financial management, financial manager, and it has to has the character which are required for ideal capital structure. This is what today we have learned about the capital structure. What sort of a pattern you are going to select for your company. Thank you.